My little brother was paralyzed and my mom was screaming at him to get up. The childhood memory. So I'm in middle school. I had just moved down to the basement at the time. When you finally get the basement bedroom, that's like your first step towards adulthood, right? I wake up in the basement and I hear screaming. Now, me and my two siblings were all 3 years apart. I'm the oldest. I have a younger sister and a younger brother. I'm in seventh or eighth. My sister's in fourth or fifth. And our little brother Wade, our little brother Wade, the baby, he had to be first or second grade. I hear yelling first thing when I wake up upstairs. Everyone knows the baby of the family gets treated the easiest. And it's not a knock on parents, it's just the reality. Your first kid, they're super strict with, second, a little less. I feel like each kid you have, the parents are a little less strict. It doesn't mean they're not good parents and they're not involved. The discipline factor goes down a little bit. You can get away with a little bit more when you're the baby. My brother had been faking sick to stay home. and and again, I feel like the youngest always just has the best finesse because he gets to watch the other two either have a little bit of finesse or no finesse and fail at finessing. So they master it by the time everything gets to them. And my little brother, I think he didn't really like his teacher at the time, so he was always trying to get out of school. My mom had let it slide 3 or 4 times over the past couple weeks. So this time, she wasn't letting it slide. And like I said, I wake up brushing my teeth, and I hear the yelling going on upstairs. And I remember my sister coming downstairs, and she's like, Wayne can't walk. And we both start laughing because we think this is his excuse to not go to school now. Me and my sister walk upstairs, and we're cutting up, right? We're fully dressed to go to school because my dad or mom would always drive us all into school. We all went to the same school at the time. So it's comedy. What is even going on? We hear my mom in the bedroom. Get up, Wayne. Get up. Right now. You get your ass up. And you hear him like sobbing. I can't, Bob. I can't move my legs. Me and my sister are just kind of like watching from the kitchen, just waiting. My mom comes flying out the doorway. And my mom, I feel like most families are like this. One parent is more involved than the other depending on their roles in the family. So my dad is like was always like our athletic trainer, take you to school, take you to your workouts, take you to games and all that stuff. And our mom was the everyday, get you ready to school, help with homework. Like that's just the time that she was home more. My mom is a saint, but she had to deal with all three of us all the time. Every human has their breaking point, right? Thinks Wayne's lying to her, comes flying out of his bedroom. She's like, I'm not doing it today, Paul. You're dealing with it. You're dealing with it. And my dad's patience has always been a little thin, so he comes flying in. Get up, Wade. We're not doing this today. He's like, I can't, Dad. I can't. And my parents huddling in the hallway. Like, what are we going to do with this kid? He's skipping school. Like that's the parent conversation going on. And you see this little first or second grader come army crawling out of his room. He's got his head down and he's crying. I can't move my legs. And me and my sister and our parents, we all think he's bluffing because he wants to skip school. So we're just dying. Me and my sister cannot get a hold of ourselves. We're like, come on, Wade. You're such a liar. You're so full of crap. You can picture this kid crawling on the ground, face down on his hands, and he's crying. And both my parents are like, get up right now. And they go to grab his arms. They're literally dragging him across the living room. He's like, I can't move my legs. So my mom loses it even more than she already is. She's like, you're dealing with this today, Paul. I'm taking Brooke and Thomas to school. And she's like, if you can't move your legs, you're going to the hospital. You're going to the doctors. Like, thinking that that's going to pull him out of this bluff, right? We are on the way to school. And we get a call from my dad. My mom's hot, right? She's like, I just can't believe he'd lie to me. Like, because my mom has always been super understanding of us. So it was like, for him to be lying, it's just like such a disrespectful thing to do to the most understanding parent that a kid could ever have, right? It was comedy for me and my sister that he's this dedicated to skipping school, only to find out when we get this call from my dad, my brother had some type of weird thing happen with his kidneys or something. He had a virus attacking his muscles. His creatine levels shoot through the roof. And I'm pretty sure, I might not be getting this perfectly right, but it attacked his kidneys and his legs. So he actually could not walk. He wasn't bluffing. It was a real virus. and and like I said, me and my brother especially were notorious for bullshitting with our mom to try to get out of school or to mess with her on the phone, like, "Oh, we just got in a car accident," which is kind of messed up, but it was entertaining for us. That's why she didn't believe it the time I hooked him in the face when we were fishing. Caught a fish hook in my little brother's face. Just such a funny memory because all well intentioned when you hear the real story, right? Like my parents are just trying to make their son go to school. And of course, the 1 out of 10 lies, it's actually the truth. And he and he was having an actual virus attacking his muscles. So, and he's completely fine now. Everything was fine. They luckily got to the doctors immediately and all that. But it was just such a crazy event. It's so funny that it happened to him because, again, my little brother to this day is the biggest bullshitter. Like, we all say that he should be going to law school because of how good he is at just bullshitting off of the top of his head. So, and he's been doing it for a long time. So that story absolutely killed me. And I just the day I part of me looks forward to the day that I get to be a parent, but part of it's like I just wonder because of how we were and how I was as a kid, is all that going to be am I going to get tested just as much as like God's return on my receipts for my parents? Cuz like I said, that's the type of stuff like as a mom or as a parent, I just don't know like if my kid had lied to me 9 times and the 10th time when I'm trying to be a strict parent and, and he actually has something wrong with him, I don't know how I would deal with that. So, just so funny. And why I'm on here, I just got to say, like, again, I'm 25, still living at home because I'm dedicated to chasing a dream, and I'm cool with that. But, sometimes my mom drives me crazy. Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
The reason I'm bringing that up is, like, to all the kids out there, if your mom's in your life to any degree, your mom is your biggest fan and your biggest supporter. So don't get don't get too shitty with them. I know there's days where they drive you crazy and you just leave you alone or get the heck away from you and all that stuff. But it's just one of those things like, you know, they're the only they're always in your corner, no matter how much it doesn't feel like it, no matter how much they're annoying you. Your mom always has your back. And I think that's something that, especially when you're younger, you might not see it, but just try to remember it, especially in the moment when you guys are arguing or you're getting pissed off over little things that she's trying to help you with. Like, trust me, your mom, and I know not everybody has a great mom. I'm not saying you do, but if your mom's in your life and she's trying, be a little bit understanding of the fact that she's just trying to do what she knows best to support you. So that's the story on here today. One of my favorites, an absolute classic, and I hope everybody's well. Talks with Tom.
Taking shots by the lake till I can't even breathe no more, see no more. I was riding around town thinking to myself, is it gonna get easier? I'll be up and away up the street and bake, but I can't even breathe no more. What's it to me? What can I see? Taking shots by the lake till I can't even breathe no more, see no more.
So, and, and this is the most iconic image